What's up, Razor fam? This is Ivan Rico back at it again with another YouTube video. But this time, instead of a burst fade, we are going to do a mid drop fade with a V in the back. And what I mean by the V in the back, instead of making it round in the back when I'm making the bald line, I will make it a V shape. So let's get straight to it. I start off by damping the hair per usual. Every client, they normally come in with dry hair, and when I damp the hair, it kind of lays that hair down a little better than when it's dry. And right now you see me using a number 4 guard, and what the number 4 guard is, I'm just kind of debulking it just to clear my silhouette. This also, you can also use a 3 guard, but for beginners definitely use a 4 guard because the bigger the guard, the less you'll take off. So we see me doing right now, I am blowing off the hair off my client just to clean up the silhouette, make sure everything's nice and clean. And then I take my clipper no guard all the way closed, my clipper over comb. And right now I'm kind of just debulking. I'm kind of just removing the excess hair that couldn't be cut with the 4 guard. And I guess right now I'm basically blending the 4 guard into the top of the hair, and that's where a clipper over comb does come in clutch. So once I cleaned up my silhouette, which is the client's hair, kind of debulking it, clipper over comb, making everything even, I like to come in with my soft trimmers. And earlier in the video, I know I mentioned that I'm gonna make his fade more into a V more than a circle, and that is what you're seeing me do right now. It is still in a way a V in the back, but the V is faded. And when it comes to the burst, the V in the back is not faded. So you could definitely tell the difference by the end of the video. So once you bald everything out with your trimmer, with preferably your soft trimmer, you want to come in with the shavers. And a big recommendation when it comes to the shavers, always ask the client before using the shavers. I only say this because some clients' skin is really sensitive, and when the client's skin is sensitive, it could cause irritation or even possibly ingrown hairs. So always ask your client if the shavers is okay. So now that I shaved everything down, made it nice and bald, I like to come in with my clipper all the way open, which means clipper all the way down. And when it comes to making the first guideline, you would always want to make it about a finger length guideline. So if you want to hold out your pinky and the width of your pinky, that's how thick you want the guideline to be. When it comes to my fading method, I like to first start off with the clipper open, which you did see me do. Went all around the head, kind of made my guideline. And once I do that, I put the clipper halfway and then closed. And that usually takes the line out like butter. But I know some people like to close it first and then put it halfway. It's really whatever you're more comfortable with. But me personally, I like to put it halfway and then closed. So now you want to come in with the clipper open with the one guard attached to the clipper. Clipper open, lever down with the one guard. And once you do that, you would want to follow the same guideline that I did with the clipper open. Just right above it. You don't want to make it too thick. Like I said previously, you kind of want to hold out your pinky, and the width of your pinky, that's kind of the width that the guideline should be. So now you want to slap on your half guard, your 0.5 guard. And basically what I'm doing is kind of the same thing as taking out the clipper no guard. I put it halfway and then I close it. And usually that takes the line out like butter. But I know a lot of people like to close it and then put it halfway. It's really whatever you're more comfortable with, like I said earlier. So once you remove the one guard, you want to come in with your 1.5 to erase the two guard. And what you kind of see me doing right now is kind of the same concept as the two guard. I'm kind of going into the hair and flicking out of the hair. And what this does is it kind of creates the shape of the haircut. I know a lot of people's head shape is different, but my client right now does have a round face shape. So that's where the flicking out does come in clutch. And like you see me doing right now, the 1.5 equipped onto the clipper halfway and then closed. And every now and then, of course, you got the little line still there. So that's when you want to come in with either the one guard or the half guard just to make everything look nice and clean. Also, don't forget, you can always use your regular shears or your thinning shears or your texturizing shears to blend in the fade into the top hair. You do see me kind of flipping from the clipper to the shears every now and then just to get the fade a little crispier. And what you see me doing right now, I'm kind of just detailing. I did slap a 1.5 guard on my clipper. I left it open just because right now I'm kind of detailing the work. I'm kind of seeing all the imperfections. You kind of have to like step away, kind of distract yourself for maybe like 10 seconds and then come back to the fade with your eyes. And that's when you kind of see the imperfections. So I really suggest doing that as a barber. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. So for this side, I'm just gonna let it play out and let you guys kind of watch it, kind of watch the steps that I take as a barber on how to fade. So once you're done with the fade, of course, my client, he wanted to trim down his hair on top because he is also a college student, so he does not come and see me very often. So right now, I damp the hair, get it nice and wet, and then I like to part it in the middle. So for me to part it in the middle, I start in the middle of the eyebrows, which is really like the middle of the unibrow, and kind of grab the comb from the tip and push it all the way back. And then once you make that, you kind of want to comb one half to the right side and then the other half to the left side. And of course, I really suggest using duck clips when you're cutting the top hair, and definitely section the hair before you cut it because it'll keep you nice and organized and you won't butcher the top of his hair. And of course, once you are done with the whole haircut, you always want to dry off the hair on top. I really suggest this just because when the hair is wet, it's a little longer than when it's dry. So at the end, I always like to dry it. Ask the client if he likes the length, and if he does, I either apply product in their suggestion if they want some, but if they don't, I don't apply a product and kind of just put some oil sheen, make it smell good, and then yeah, that's the end of the haircut. Now this is the final result. Mid drop fade with a V in the back. As you see, the V in the back is faded though. Trimmed up the top, texturized the top, and yeah, hopefully you guys like the video. And if you guys do, please leave a like down below. Comment down below what the next video should be. And if you really do like it, please share it to a friend or family member just so they could get a little practice on cutting hair. Thank you guys.